Nothing,
Books used to say, "Welcome to the nut house."
Na 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 na.
Hey, we took your stuff.
Hey.
Bloody dark clouds again. We only just survived the rain earlier. There's more dark clouds coming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now you jinxed me. Now it's raining at my place.
Oh,
Jeez.
hello. Who's behind me? Brummy.
Me?
Oh, okay. I can do this. If you don't want to do it, it's fine.
Well, you were doing it, so I thought I'll catch up. If you want to swap over, we'll swap over.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you. That's all. We did a bit of that, as usual. Always waiting for Brummy. Yeah.
What are you on about? I'm usually the first one here.
True.
Anything for me to do? Bales all picked up, that
Oh,
stuff?
my. You know all the fields we own?
Yeah.
They all need fertilising. Every one of them.
Seem to be having an internet connection. I thought I heard you say fertilizing and liming and plowing in all those big frickin' fields.
No, none of them need liming, I don't think. Just fertilising.
No, none of them need liming, only 3 of them.
So what monstrosities do we have for doing fertilizer then?
Oh, the good one. What happened?
He's not stopped.
Didn't work. The shift 4 didn't work.
Oh.
I tried to model a fertilizer spreader. It didn't go so well.
No, we've got a good little fertiliser spreader now.
It's hard to get dimensions out of anything. Nobody ever gives you any dimensions.
Fast.
So is this the little red one that's got the hook on the back to pick up the fertilizer spreader?
Yeah. Could be. I thought I bought that.
Yeah.
Well, the big grass field needs fertilising. The southwestern needs fertilising. The western grass field needs fertilising. The wheat field, ex-wheat field needs fertilising. The ex-canola field needs fertilising. And this field will need fertilising, ploughing and whatever. This is the only field that'll need ploughing. Whoa, sorry mate. Sorry.
Oh, I can't get stuff, can you, Gizmo?
Now I'm stuck on you, mate. I need to turn there.
Well, see, what I don't understand is, like, you know, the Oxbow manure spreaders that are in the game. Like, they make a fertilizer, like a dry fertilizer spreader attachment for that, and they also make a liquid sprayer attachment for it. So I don't understand why we didn't get those two.
Yeah, but why would Giants do that?
I'm off for that. Oh, yeah, I am. Brummy, over to you, mate. Like the white work going in.
Plus, Oxbow does make an actual, like, self-propelled sprayer.
Yeah, just like Wolf make an actual carrot harvester with a header tank.
Oh, but we're not going down this route again, are we?
Yeah, apparently.
Every week.
Doc brought it up.
Fuck, Doc.
No, I was just saying...
You're going to be banned. You know that, right?
Who, me or Johnny?
You.
Go back to the beginning, John. You know, we're flagging off map makers earlier.
What do you mean, me?
Oh, well, obviously Johnny said it's your fault that he's talking about the DeWolf. It doesn't have any storage.
No, it isn't. Because he's got that stupid thing like on a broken record in his brain, and he can't get over it for the past 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as he
Just
tried
don't
to
mention Giant silly for not releasing the version of the equipment they released with this and that. It's really not up to Giants. I think it's up to the manufacturer.
Well, it is.
That released that model for Giants to mod.
Right,
So,
now,
you know.
I'm on the so-called silage, or chaff silo,
Yeah.
but I'm not getting the tip right though.
No, you're at the wrong point of it, mate. That's the grain silo.
You said the one with the big thing.
Yeah, the silver shed behind it.
The silver shed is the silo.
Yeah,
the
mate. You'll see two pipes on it.
Was the silo.
Yeah.
Right there,
Okay,
Gizmo.
so I've got to dump it in here.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought the whole thing was one because it's all been...
No.
You doing another headland, or is this
Yeah.
it?
No. 2 headlands. That's it. Now I'll start going up and down, mate.
Well, it'd be really cool if somebody wanted to mod those Expos.
What are you doing? Modding your axle?
No, you take those Expo 3-wheelers and put the fertilizer spreader on them. That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, go for it. There's a mod you
And
can work on.
what are they just doing in game then?
My modeling might look really good in FS09.
Hello, we're missing a bit for some reason. Now I'll get that later, as long as you don't drive over it.
We'll try not to, eh, dummy?
Yeah, I thought not to. No promises though.
Yeah, but I seem to be miles away. Johnny's string.
What are we selling here?
Just refresh it, Gizmo.
Yeah, just done it, promise you what. Oh, hang on.
Why can't I can't plant soybeans with the grain drill?
Oh no,
Thanks,
that's all right, yeah.
No, you can't. You have to use the
Massive
planter.
delay, Brummy, that's the problem.
Why do I have to use a planter?
Okay.
Because you plant soybeans with a planter.
No, you don't.
Well, Giants say you do, so no.
Does it say you do what now?
Plant soybeans with a planter. Yeah, do what?
You plant soybeans with a plough?
No, not with a plow, with a planter, you... I gotta be nice. To be nice.
Yeah, be nice, mate. You know.
No.
Well, that's what Johnny said. He said you plant soybeans with a plough.
Well, that's because he's
No.
got a shoe in his mouth.
Planter. With a planter, mate. Planter. Not a plough.
It sounded
Well,
like plough to me.
Now I gotta go cultivate.
We don't have fertilizer to buy anywhere here, do we?
At the farm, yes, mate.
Just
the little shed there.
Yeah, I'm at that.
Under the shed.
Sorry, I shouldn't say to buy. We nothing in storage that I have to grab. I want to just top this up before I go down.
No, there's none.
Okay.
None in storage, mate.
Why don't you get this bit on the left first, Johnny?
I beg your pardon?
Get the bit on the left first.
Get the bit on the left first. I can't.
The trouble with all these...
Gizmo's on my left.
Trouble with all these backseat harvester drivers, Johnny.
Yeah, I know. They're bloody good, aren't they?
Well, the thing is
Roger, that is totally...
you said not to drive into that bit, but if it's there on his left-hand side, he's got a chance
Yeah,
that
as
he
long
can
as it... Yeah,
drive
well,
into it.
he's a damn good driver, mate. He does it for a living, so he shouldn't drive
But
into
it
it.
depends on how far away from the harvester he needs to be, Johnny.
Oh, no. He's close enough. far enough away. Tell you what, I'll grab it on the way back.
Exactly.
Is it precision farming that fixed the weeds? Is that why I'm thinking that the weeds were fixed in 22, but they weren't?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when it comes out for 25, hopefully it'll fix the weeds in 25.
Yeah, because I'm cultivating a field of weeds, and it's like
Bloody stones.
it's a good crop. I would just assume
Yeah, it
harvest
seems like a
the weeds.
waste. You should be able to harvest weeds. There's that many of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sell it to the potheads down in town.
Yeah.
Compost them.
Well, you didn't specify you wanted marijuana. You just said you wanted some weed. I got plenty of weeds.
And if you're down near the shop, Jamie, and you run out of fertiliser, buy it from the silo at the shop. That's the same price as buying it at the farm.
Okay.
So if you're closer to the shop, do it there. If you're closer to the farm, do it here.
And if I'm closer than either, you can come deliver it to me. Is that what you're saying? No?
No.
Yeah, why don't you get one of them big auger wagon trailers and put it on the semi?
Yeah, you should do.
I'm hoping Carl Farms comes out with its dump trailer pack soon, because there's really no good semi-trailers.
Oh, the little old International's a bloody ripper, mate. I love it. The one that comes in the game.
Yeah, but, you
So
know,
you're going back to that way.
all they've got is hopper bottoms. They don't have any actual...
Oh, you mean trailers? Yeah, no.
That's
I
what I
agree with
said
you.
with trailers.
Yeah, I agree with you there. They do have that red thing, but it's doesn't hold jack shit.
No,
So-
and it's not really well suited for doing anything either.
No.
Other than you could do silage with it, but that's about it.
Yeah. I don't think... Do they have an agro truck as default in the game?
Don't think
Let me
so.
look.
Yeah, they dropped the old Phoenix, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Well, the
Yeah,
Phoenix
we got,
was a
I'll
mod.
bring it back.
we got
That
the
wasn't originally, Jamie.
Phoenix
Originally it was in game.
No, originally it was in game. Did it come out in 15?
No, I think it was 17, wasn't it?
17, and then they dropped it after that. Came out that once. And
yeah,
everyone's...
we've got the
People have
Volvo
been
truck.
modding it and bringing it forward, but it was never as good as the original. Man make a agro truck too.
Mm.
Think?
Yeah, there was a few of them around in 22.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me though that your planters have capability of planting with fertilizer, though, right?
Yes.
Good.
Why wouldn't they?
Well, just I wasn't going to fertilize this again.
No,
Why
you
not?
only have to fertilise everything once.
Yeah.
Grass fields and the other fields.
Could get one of the big self-propelled ones.
Planters?
What?
Oh, fertilizer.
Liquid fertiliser one, you mean?
Yeah.
Boom spray.
Yeah, that's what I would be
Yeah.
doing it with.
We're doing
On that
wider
now.
with
Yeah,
this.
for that big field it should be, yes. I do agree.
It's only 36 meters, and this is doing a 42, right?
Yeah, 42.
Yeah, but you can. I'm sure there's a one that you can change to 50 meters or 52 meters.
Not sure.
Boom sprayer?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Ah,
Yeah, Brummy says he's sure, then it's gospel.
uh-huh.
Yeah, Brummy's usually at least onto something. Johnny's just making it up most of the time.
I do. I'm good at telling stories.
Yeah, especially the broken record ones.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
36
But I think you
meter,
can.
54. Oh,
Yeah,
the
but you can
Agrifac 54.
54. There you go.
$420,000. Yeah.
Oh, we can
That's
afford
not too
that.
bad.
Not.
I'll give it a week. You'll be
You're
able to
not getting
manage
too
that.
far
No
away, are you,
problem.
Brummy?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Oh no.
You might want to move forward, though.
Oh no.
No, it's still catching it. So
Okay.
Well, I guess they only have 4 pairs of pants for the next 2 weeks. I just
oh
packed
no,
all
what are you
the.
gonna do?
I packed all my pants, but now I've got no pants to wear.
When are you
You have to
going?
wash them.
Oh, that's funny.
When are you going?
Oh, what the fuck? Steering
Next
wheel's
week.
going a bit weird. There you go.
Next week.
That's for work.
Sorta. Get the hell out of the communist state
Oh.
of New York.
You're moving.
Gizmo, if you
Yeah.
like, you could help Jamie fertilise. Because we're only dumping very short. It's only if you want.
Well, you're the one that leased the trailer.
Huh?
I said, you're the one that leased the trailer.
The one on Brummy, yeah. Brummy could empty that and I could send it back and use the trailer you're pulling. And you could grab a fertiliser spreader and join Jamie only if you want.
Oh, why would he want to do that?
I shouldn't be too awful long. I almost got a headland done in the big field. The pig field's already done.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
oh,
cool.
No.
Man, Jamie, I can jump on it. It's not a problem.
Target is closing stores. Look at that.
Target is closing its stores. What the hell? How dare they?
Who's closing?
Target is closing a bunch of
Oh,
stores.
Target. Yeah, I've heard of Target before.
Target.
Well,
yeah.
they shouldn't have carried lines of transgender children's clothing.
What?
Really?
That's disgusting.
Yes.
The
And I'm not talking
bastards.
like, I'm talking children, like ages like 5 to 10-year-olds.
Yeah, that's bloody bullshit. That's terrible. The other
Yeah,
spreaders at the shop, Gizmo, you can
that
you can fill it up at the
deserve to
shop.
close down then.
And to make it even better, during the whole Pride month of June, which I despise that they get a whole month.
You might as well empty, mate. You're at 90 something.
They
98.
put it as soon as you walked in the store. There was this whole gay display that was massive.
Yeah.
I walked in there. I was like, oh, I kind of like this store. I'm not going here anymore.
No, it used to be a good store. They were pretty much retail kings over here.
they went bankrupt
Target.
in Canada.
They're just
Well-
garbage shops now.
Well, they're going that way here now. It's like the better alternative to Walmart, which I don't really understand because they carry similar things. There's like the Target quality is about the same as Walmart quality. There's not a whole lot of difference. But people seem to like Target better. The stores are cleaner. Prices
You
are
can
about
send that
the
one
same.
back if you want, Johnny.
I'm sorry, mate.
You can send that one back if you want.
Oh, the trailer. Yeah. Thank you. Got to remember how to do that. Hate this menu. No.
No, go into that one, that's it, and then go to vehicles.
Like,
I'm sure
that's
Bud Light
it.
will never come back.
What?
Well,
What'll
Bud
never-
Light got me too'd.
Oh, Bud Light. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
This is what happens to companies when they listen to the white bullshit.
Well,
The
it's funny
fairy
how
brigade.
all of a sudden Trump gets elected and all this DEI stuff and well, we don't have to do this anymore, and they just instantly drop it.
Yeah.
So, do these companies actually care about any of these causes? No, they just think you do.
Yeah. No one really cares
Yeah,
about
they-
any of these causes.
They're just waiting
No.
to think they do, that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
None of them give a crap.
Yeah.
Oh, there's all these videos of teenagers crying because they're thinking they're scared. I'm like, these teenagers are not scared because Trump's president again. He was already president once and we didn't die. It's not like you get somebody who didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, he's going to get it right this time, though.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Oh, he talked about getting rid of FEMA today. It's like every day
Kill
this
'em
guy's doing
all.
something good.
What's FEMA?
Oh,
Federal Emergency Measures Associate. No.
Yeah,
It's
it's a bit
federal
like our
emergency.
death row, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or Cobra. I'm not sure which one.
so anyway,
So for emergencies.
like these wildfires California going on right now. So FEMA is supposed to go out there. They set up and they're supposed to help everybody, get back, whatever. And it's a complete disaster that doesn't work.
Gizmo, you know how to set up that fertilizer kit?
I'm still trying to work out how to get to the shop.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
But that's
There's
any roads around here.
Yeah, there's roads. Right all the way to the shop.
It goes down around the bottom of 42 where you guys were cutting out around 50 and back up around. It's kind of a...
And through the forest.
But where you're at now, Gizmo, is you're better off just hanging a herd right and going across country.
Well, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, that's where you're at now. I
That's what I
just
was
do
doing.
that.
I was just going across country because I didn't see where the
Yeah.
road was.
You'll
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
there's a road all the way from that place.
see where I'm at now. You're coming across. The road's right beside me here.
Okay.
You're picking up the same setup that I've got going on here.
Right, okay.
And there's a silo at the shop
farm.
that you can.
Yeah, shop, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a brilliant year this year in this country. Brilliant.
A brilliant year, eh?
Mm-hmm. Well, all these agencies are like redundancies. Before these agencies were created, the states did it. And that's all Trump's saying is, well, why do we need a federal agency to come in? If there's a hurricane in Florida, we'll just let the governor of Florida take care of it, and then the federal government will just help support with money.
Bought him, yeah. Makes sense.
Well, that's what they elect governors for, to look after that state.
Well, the other thing is, why does say North Dakota have to pay taxes for a natural disaster that always happens in Florida? We know Florida's always going to get hurricanes. You know, you're always going to get fires in the western half of the U.S. You know, you're going to get massive snowstorms in the Northeast. We know where these disasters are. We know there's tornadoes in Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah.
So why is the federal government responsible for it? Why don't you just let insurance companies and the people in the states take care of it?
Yeah, that's right.
You're bringing people into a state that, you know, these federal people aren't coming from the state usually, so they don't know anything about the people there or how things work out there. You know,
I've got to duck to the loo, Rummy. I'll be a minute.
Yeah, me too.
so you might as well just let the people that live and work there and pay the taxes there take care of it. And then if you need the National Guard or whatever else, then the federal government will help out that way. But everybody looks up to the federal government like they need to do everything like their mom and dad, you know. You don't need the federal government for much more than national defense. Right, Alfred? Yeah, we don't need this big federal government. Let the states do it. Yeah. It's called federalism. That's how this country was founded. Yeah. History lesson.
So basically, he's just trying to put back the power to the people that need it.
Well, so
You can start right there, Gizmo. That's the field we're on.
Which one?
The one you just turned. It's on your right there now.
What, this little one?
This big field, 46, 47, 48, 54.
Big field. Right.
Yeah. You can start making your way at the other end and all.
Well, up until the 1920s, there was no federal income tax. There was no federal taxes. The whole federal government was paid for by tariffs.
By who?
Tariffs.
Tariffs. Oh, okay, right. Thought from
Which is
Paris.
No.
Yeah.
So the American people didn't have to pay federal taxes because you didn't need to, because the federal government made money. A tariff is a form of a tax, but if you really like this German-made car, there's a 20% tariff on that German-made car. You're going to have to pay that 20% tariff because you want to have that car. But you can buy an American-made car a lot cheaper and not have to pay the tariff, so you have an option. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's better for a country to have manufacturing, which all of our countries have sold to China.
Jamie, where have you started?
So I've got one headland all the way around. You're sitting right in the middle of my headland now.
Yeah, I've got the headland.
Okay, so you should be able to kick in one. You'll see
me.
Oh,
I see. Yeah. I can see.
So if we can just keep working side by side and filling in. We'll fill in this 46 square.
Yeah.
Then we'll just.
Okay.
Right.
Left.
I gotta leave. Hold on, I gotta leave you at this light.
So, yeah, good, thanks, mate. All your living arrangements are organised for when you move?
Everything's ready, just gotta get there.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Just have to get there.
So when you setting off then, Doc?
Oh,
When?
you can't get me from there. Okay.
Next week. Yep. It's time to remove myself from the communists. Well, because what's going to happen is the governor just released their budget. And it's like they put $1 billion in the budget for green energy.
No, you're not reaching me there now.
$1 billion green energy.
Yeah.
Where's the $1 billion come from?
I don't know, because there's only 19 million people in the whole state.
I sense a few new mansions going up around the country.
Yeah, it's like... So... I mean... It's like 52 million per person.
Yeah.
If I did that right.
Yeah, something like that.
How you can afford your share?
Yeah, 1 billion divided by 19 million is 52.63 million per person. For green energy. That's it. That's not even the whole budget.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of people are going to have a pretty big tax rise.
Did I get money from the federal government?
They just print it out as they need it.
The only money they get is from what they raise.
Well, the
from
states
the people.
The states can't print the money. I don't know where they get a lot of the stuff through the federal grants and stuff, but the government spending is out of control.
Yeah, it's the same idea.
It's just out of control. And your average person, if you talk about government spending, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle on, they're against it. But as soon as you talk about spending money and people recognize a political side, then it's okay. You know, it's like, you people gotta wake up. Stop following your political leaders. Think for yourself. The average person knows if you don't have any money, you can't just print more of it. Like, I know, you know, uneducated people think...
Oh, you're not allowed to do that over there?
What?
Print your own money? We do.
Yeah, just keep printing it.
You can't just print money. It causes inflation.
Why?
Joe Biden tried that. It didn't work. Or whoever his handler is.
Whoever his carer is.
When I read, you know, the government that's come in has done all these crazy ways of raising money, and all that's happening is loads of people laid off. Apparently our unemployment now is worse or on a par with COVID.
So I don't understand.
I reckon that Sainsbury's are laying off, I think they said 2,000 people.
Who's this?
Sainsbury's.
3,000, Bonnie.
Oh, was it 3,000?
Yeah, it was 3,000.
Well, if the government can spend $52 million per person on green energy, couldn't they just give everybody in the state $1 million every year?
Yeah, right.
And that would only be $19 million. That's what boggles my mind. Like, we don't make anywhere. You know what? The average wage is like $35,000 to $50,000, right? I think the average household income is like $50,000 to $80,000, if that, and that includes all the rich people and all the upper middle class. So, where's all the money come from? Because it doesn't come from all of us. We don't. Why are we even paying taxes?
Well, they're gonna get it from somewhere.
I don't know. Drives me
Well,
insane.
just look on the bright side, though. This year's going to be a good year.
Mm.
Well, I tell you where it comes from. It comes from all the millionaires. That's where all the budget comes from.
The millionaires.
The problem is that when you have the ultra rich people paying nothing but tax, then they don't reinvest in new things. They don't try risky businesses. You know what I mean?
Right?
No.
Good.
Rich people do a lot of... Rich people drive the economy. You need your rich people.
We do our part.
You can only be rich like Canada. Well, you guys are rich in just like maple syrup.
Yeah. Maple syrup. That's what they use as currency, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, in Ontario they do. That's all you get. That's why they put the, maple leaf on the flag.
Yep. 10 jars of maple syrup, go and buy a new car.
Inflation, it takes 12 now.
Oh.
Inflation. Well, now they got all them vacuum pumps that caused the overproduction. They're sucking the trees skinny now. I don't know, the guys around here really... I mean, it takes them all winter long to tap the trees. It's like a full-time job for people now. Yeah, I'm sure, what? Couple, 3 weeks, that'll start up, Jamie?
Yeah. Little milder.
I don't know if it's big in your area or not.
Yeah, it's more of a hobby thing around here. Like, we don't
guys,
have forests like most places because we're such a small province to start with.
Yeah.
Like, we joke here, like when you go away at our area, you get lost in the woods. Like you can get lost, but PEI, if you get lost in the woods, just walk in a straight line towards the sun for 10 minutes, you come to somebody's door.
Yeah, it's a bit like that here. Unless you get into one of the, state-owned or federal-owned forest lands, you pretty much keep walking and you'll run right into a road.
Yeah.
You won't have to walk more than a mile in any direction, usually. At the most.
Yeah.
Not here. You could walk for days without seeing another house if you really went off the beaten track.
Yeah, where I'm going, it's going to be like that. You can drive for an hour and not see a crossroad or anything, and you're driving 70 mile an hour.
Yep, same here. Depends on where you are, though.
Where are you moving to then, Jamie? Doc?
Idaho.
Idaho.
Potato land?
Yeah.
Yep. You'll never guess what the #1 crop is.
Corn.
Sugar beet or
Nope.
something?
Nope.
Item land, did you say?
Cotton?
You grow both crops there, and those are in the top 5 crops. #1 crop grown in Idaho for production.
I would have said potatoes.
No, that's
I thought it was cotton.
No, they don't grow cotton. It's too cold.
Oh, okay.
It's wheat, actually.
Wheat is
Wheat.
Well, if you heard of the Palouse where they run the side hill combines?
No.
Well, you should probably search some YouTube for some videos of the Palouse region. Colfax, Washington, up in that area is where the side hill country is, and they run side hill combines. So like the Massey combine in this game where it self-levels itself?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's that's what they did out there. They've been building those side hill machines for a long time for basically only that area. Because they're huge hills. And huge. And they have really steep slopes. Well, combines don't work on slopes.
No. Not very well.
Mm-mm.
Not unless they're self-living, bloody.
Because what happens is all of that works great until you tip it. And then once you tip it, then what happens is all the grain goes to one side and it doesn't clean. So there's been a lot of different tricks that you put on combines over the years to lessen that effect. The Case IH combines, the flagship combines, the whole cleaning system turns up to 7 degrees. Which 7 degrees, that's 3.5 each way. That's a 3.5 degrees cross slope. It's fairly steep. But you look at these Palouse region, you'll get up to 10 degrees or better on those side hills. It's really cool.
And are you going there to work, or are you just going just because you're moving, just to move?
Get away from the communists.
Yeah.
I'm a communist refugee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Commies are everywhere.
not out there. No. Nope. It's still Wild West out there. Everybody carries a gun. Good time. They don't have any crime out there, and somehow they let everybody have a gun and they don't have any crime.
Not enough crazy. Wait until the crazies move in, mate.
No, there's plenty of those.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, plenty
There's going to be one more soon.
What's one more crazy?
One more crazy and a pot full of crazy.
Yeah.
People don't realize it, but they're gonna raise the property taxes out of the world here. They're just gonna go, because all this stuff they want. I mean, they keep going here like, oh well, we're gonna still do this green agenda deal, and it's like, well, you're not gonna get money from the federal government like you were. You know, the Biden administration gave a whole pile of money for all these projects. You're not gonna get that anymore. Back up. And all these, they never cut a program. You know, it's not like they take a program and they say, oh, this doesn't really work the way we wanted to, and we're going to update it. They don't do that. They just create a new program that's supposed to do what the old program was going to do in a slightly different way, and they still doesn't work.
Yeah.
But then, now you have the old program, you got the new program, and you still have the directors and the staff and everything to run these stupid programs. It's just bureaucracy.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
because they don't learn from the mistakes, that's why.
No, it's because do-gooders always push for this stuff. Because we want to help the homeless. Well, California has spent more money last year to help the homeless, and they have the highest homeless population they've ever had. So did all that money do anything? No, it made the problem worse.
Couldn't
Well,
possibly, mate.
yeah.
Come on.
I mean, it's the same thing every time. It seems like when you cut these programs that are supposed to help people, the problem seems to start fixing itself. Because
Yeah, it's funny though, isn't it?
I don't know if there's any real, if it's just irony or it's just, some sort of coincidence. But every time they expand these programs, the problem that they're trying to fix gets worse. But we spent a whole lot more money and hired a whole bunch of more people to make the problem worse.
Yeah.
And they can get rid of the homeless.
That's only because there's more people to fuck it up.
Well, that's it, right? You got more fingers in the soup bowl.
Ew. Oh, finger ball. Ew.
Yeah, it's like when we try to agree on something. If it's just me and Johnny or me and Jamie, it's easy to agree on something. You get the 5-6 of us, we can't agree on freaking nothing.
No.
But you can agree with something with Johnny?
No.
Yeah, only when no one's around, because I don't want to lose my reputation.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to lose face when there's nobody around, you see. So
Yeah.
Well,
he
he's
just
a lot more.
agrees with you.
He's a lot more agreeable when he's not streaming. It's just his.
Yeah.
It's just his live stream.
No witnesses.
Yeah. You
Oh,
just got to
sorry.
keep up. He's just keeping up for appearances when he's live.
Yeah. I want all my viewers to know I'm a prick.
But you
Why
mean
they
so
won't
he's not
like
really
my
a cantankerous old git?
Yeah. This is all just a farm. I only put this on as a YouTube front.
Tell you what, it's a good fucking act.
Oh, bloody oath.
Guess we'll
Oh,
go back to the
perfect,
top,
yeah.
and those 2 fields up by the shop. We can do those. I guess the grass field and 31.
Up by the shop. Oh, where I've just come from.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 grass
There's one
fields
on the
over
left
there,
there.
and the ex-soybean field.
The one on the left.
I think this is a grass field here too. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
that's
fertilizing grass makes money. I think it's counterintuitive.
That field, the other grass field, and the ex-canola field, which wraps around the shop.
I was going to test that theory one day.
What? Fertilizing grass or not fertilizing grass?
I think.
Yeah, because I don't think you get enough more grass
You
to
do.
add up for the fertilizer.
Oh, you do.
You do.
Yes,
Oh,
you
you
do.
do?
Get Farm Sim guy to test it, because he's always testing shit like that, isn't he?
There's a few of them that do that. There's one
So
recently
he
one.
did one where, when you drive over the sweats, he tested one. He tested it to see whether you lose any yield from the swath. And it turns out you only lose like about 30 or 40 bloody litres.
Yeah, it's bugger all. Not
Yeah.
really worth worrying about.
Well,
No, it's not.
I only fertilize my grass fields after with manure because it's free. But I don't fertilize them with chemical fertilizer. But I'm not selling it, it's just cattle feed, so it doesn't really matter how much I get in yield-wise. As long as I have enough to feed the cows, I don't really care.
Well, yeah.
Because I'm not going to just plow half the field into something else because I don't need it if I fertilize it. Like, it's dumb. Do the whole field, and then, as you keep getting more cows, eventually you'll catch up. But if you're a good farmer, you should always have extra anyway.
It should really just use slurry and manure to fertilise the grass field. Much more economical.
You laughing at?
Oh, Trump's Gulf of America thing. People just don't get it. They just haven't. I thought that him doing this time after time 4 years ago, like, people would get it. They don't get it. They still. Everybody loses their mind because he says this stuff to get people to lose their mind. And he's over here doing. He's over here signing all these other, executive orders and cutting funding and halting this, and he's doing all this stuff, and the press just doesn't care about anything that he's going to rename the Gulf of Mexico. That's all they care about. He does this every time. He gets them stirred up on something so the news media won't go and cover anything else, so he doesn't have to deal with it.
I think you're giving him more credit than he deserves.
The man is a genius.
He's a something.
Wile E. Coyote, genius extraordinaire.
Yeah.
He knows
Yeah.
exactly what he's doing because he keeps doing it. It's not an accident. Every time the media gets stirred up about him saying something stupid, like he's going to take over Greenland or whatever, he's always doing something else. And they never cover it. It's hilarious. Right now, he's stopping a whole bunch of these government agencies. He's shutting them down. And he doesn't want the bad press of him shutting these agencies down and people losing their government jobs that have been there for decades. He doesn't want that bad press. So instead, he puts the bad press out there about, we're going to rename it to the Gulf of America. That's all they cover. I mean, he went out there and just classified the Mexican drug cartels as terrorists. So now we can fight them with the military. Mexico might actually be able to join the rest of the world if it's not run by cartels. I mean, come on, every politician that gets elected down there, if they say anything that the cartel doesn't like, they just kill them. It's not right. You can't have an honest country like that. When's your election, Jamie?
Haven't called it yet. I would say it'll be a spring election.
Spring election?
Yeah.
Now, is that where you can... I don't even know how any of that works. It's very foreign to me. Is that where you can... Everybody has to get reelected?
Yep. And nobody stays in. House of Commons breaks, and there's the election, and then whoever gets back in goes back to the House of Commons.
Kind of like our House of Representatives. Every 2 years, everybody's got to run for re-election.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they can't get re-elected.
No, it's just that if they're good. Like, we have one here, our Lawrence McCauley, he's from my hometown, and this is 27 years that he's been in power for his seat. It's because he does things for the area, and he's actually a good politician. But there's other ones that usually get like 8 years and they're gone.
Oh, that's a rare breed, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he is. He's gotten people like jobs through doing development, and like we only have in PEI we have 4 from the national members of parliament from Ottawa. We have 4 across the island. 1 in Charlottetown, 1 east, and then central and west. So he's doing something and bringing money and jobs and development to his area, he's going to get supported.
Yeah, but 27 years is
yeah.
too long. That's too long to be in government. Too long. Too long. Even if they are good, it's too long.
I don't know. If somebody's still doing good, if somebody can make changes and be positive up there, I don't think it is. I don't think this should be changed just because it's changed. The same as looking at me as an officer, as a firefighter. You've been there, and as a chief for 5 years, you should go put somebody else in. But if you're still doing a good job, and you're still representing the people well, then there's no sense in changing it.
No.
No.
That's right.
And
I don't know.
the people will
I
decide.
want turnover.
Yeah, but turnover doesn't produce good results sometimes, because then the new people go in and they
No,
have
it
to learn
doesn't.
all the things. And don't get me wrong, the people know who's doing good, who's not.
Yeah, but that wouldn't, after 12 years or so, wouldn't you have some mentors to, go up next? Someone else's turn to take the swing.
Oh,
I don't know.
There's probably people that want to, but don't forget, he still wants to because he's making damn good money. Oh, sorry, I guess you go ahead. He's making damn good money doing what he's doing, so why would he give it up for the sake of giving it up?
Why? What's a politician make over there?
I'll tell you here in a second, but they get their.
It's like our senators only make like 90,000 a year. That's it. The president makes 400,000 a year. Our politicians are not paid. A lot of politicians can't, on their salary, can't even afford to live in Washington, D.C.
Well, the thing is, though, is it don't matter how long he's been there. I mean, if people are still voting for him, then obviously they think he's doing a good job. So
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Joe
You know what I
Biden.
mean?
Joe Biden was in politics for 50 years, and he was never good at it. He just kept getting reelected.
So there's
wow,
$100,000 is base salary for a member of parliament in Canada.
Oh, so you guys don't pay him anything either.
$100,000 a year for being and having all your expenses and everything paid for. I don't think that's too shabby. I wouldn't mind it.
Is it the same over there like here? You only have to be in politics for 10 years and you can retire on a full pension,
Not even 10
regardless
years.
of your age.
It's not
It's
even
only
10
one
years.
term here.
Uh,
You serve one full term of being elected, then you get full benefits for the rest of your life.
that's fucking criminal.
That is crazy.
What's members of parliament pension is?
We're learning about our governments. This is fantastic. We should all learn
Member
about our
parliaments
governments.
after contributing to a parliament for at least 6 years, so basically they get elected for 2 terms, and they will get the pensions based on members' pensionable service and highest pay over 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like most government pensions over here anyway. If you work for the school or you work for the highway department, that's how your pensions run.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, I don't know, I don't think it's anything outrageous. And it's not like being elected to a government position. Being elected to a government position is very difficult. It's not easy. So, I really don't have any issue with that because it's not like you're having hordes of people that are going to be on these pensions. It doesn't really bother me. You got elected, you served your country, that's, whatever. I think that people that serve in the military for a full term should have the same benefits, personally.
Yeah, well, that's where it's criminal. They should get at least what the politician. At least. and they really stiff up your normal working class people. They really shove it up their arse. They've been working for 50 years, paying taxes for 50 years, never missed a beat, and they retire, and they get told to go and live in a gutter.
Well, you shouldn't. I don't know. I don't think.
Well,
that
they do over here, and they give you the pension, and it's taxed. They tax your pension that they pay you with the tax that you paid tax with. Fuck off.
Well, you're voting in the wrong people.
It's bloody criminal.
You got to vote people in. They're going to change that.
Yeah, no one will. What every pensioner should do is rent a friggin' boat, sail it out to sea at night, and then sail back in and claim refugee status. Then they'd get a decent pay. They'd get a brand new car, brand new house, all paid for, and they'd get a bloody good wage for doing nothing.
Don't they send them to Tasmania anymore like they used to?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, everybody's upset now because all these refugees, quote unquote, they've been living in these hotels that the government's been paying for the past like 3 years. They all got eviction notices.
Yeah, I wish ours would.
Well, so under Trump's first term, what he did was he put an order in that so you can claim asylum, right? So if you claim asylum, we bring you in, you do a trial with a judge, and you plead your case. Because you have to meet certain criteria to seek asylum. And when you seek asylum, it has to be you have to go to the first country. You can't just go to the country you like the best. You have to leave and go to the nearest country that will take you. There's a lot of stipulations with that. So a lot of these people were flooding across here claiming asylum, thinking they were going to get in. Well, the problem was that they overwhelmed the system, not enough judges to do all the cases. So somehow we ended up putting them in the hotels, we're feeding them, we're doing all these things for them.
Yep, tell me about it.
Free healthcare, a lot.
Yeah, so what Trump said is we will process your asylum case still, that's not a problem, but you cannot be in the country until we grant you a visa or, temporary citizenship or something like that, whatever they do. Usually they grant you a visa, and then you have to learn English and try to become a citizen.
I should just go back to the way it was after the Second World War, when, when you immigrated. Should be the same as back then.
It's still the same here as it was back then.
Become an Australian
the immigration
citizen.
Process. We haven't changed the immigration process. It is still the same.
Well, so's ours, so they say.
There's no difference.
But
it's just
the first criteria was to seek citizenship here. Used to be that you spoke English. That was the first thing. If you couldn't speak English, don't apply. At least one family member that's coming across has to speak English.
Well, that's more generous than ours. Because ours, you can only take the citizenship test in English.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Same here. You can only take it in English. They haven't changed that much, but these asylum seekers, it's just bullshit.
Well, it's also one of the problems that we have with truck drivers that come over the border from another country that happens to be on our north that has lots of drivers that don't speak English.
Your north? Oh.
because all the road signs are in English for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, because I thought that. Well, no, because Canada, or at least Ontario, did for some reason decided to privatize and subcontract their commercial driving testers. There's no corruption that could happen there.
Yeah, you can't come from overseas and just jump into a truck and start driving over here. You have to go through a pretty vigorous test to do it. There's plenty of Americans that drive over here.
Well, you
British.
do over here as well. I mean, when these immigrants they come into the country, they say, "Can you sit up?" Yes. Here's your driving license. That's rigorous.
Mm,
Well,
Nah.
there is
not over here. It's
There-
pretty hard to get a license.
if you have a commercial driving, because we got a bunch of South Africans that come over here that can they can drive trucks. Because if they have a license through their worker program, they can maintain their license. It all depends on the country, because the standards for the country have to meet our standards. You know, like, we don't usually let Mexican drivers
That wouldn't be
drive,
hard, would it?
drive in the U.S., but we let Canadian drivers drive in the U.S. because their highway standards are pretty similar. But I can go to Germany right now and rent a car. Like, I could drive around Germany. Like,
Oh, you can
know.
do that anyway, yeah. We can do that too, and Germans can do that here. Italians, whoever you like.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, as long as you got a passport, you can rent a car. Yeah, wherever you go.
yeah, I mean, the Top Gear guys have gone all over to different countries and did special licensing.
Yeah, totally.
As long as you
Oh,
got a
shit.
passport
It's only
and
a temporary
a full
license.
driving
Last
license, it's all right.
3 months, I think. 3 months. If you come from overseas.
Well, a long time ago, I was going to go to Australia and work on the combine harvest for the winter.
Yeah. There's a British girl on YouTube. She's got a pretty thick British accent. And she came over here and drove road trade for I don't know how long. I've watched some of her videos. She's only a little thing. Like about, 5.5 foot tall and skinny, good looking girl. And she spoke with a really thick accent, like an Essex accent, And she loved it over here driving. She
You
was
okay,
driving B
Gizmo?
doubles, road train. He's fallen asleep, has he?
Yeah, nodded off.
Up
You have to
against
take
the
your
tree.
GPS away if you're going to be putting it in the bush.
Yeah, I can't work out how to switch it on. It's
H.
changed again. H.
Press and hold H, mate. Got either the AI worker or you can flick it across.
I've got all that
Right.
bit coming up, but I don't understand how it's not locking in.
Just press H
Turn the
when
lines
you.
on.
Yeah, you got to have the lines on, and when a line goes orange,
The
you press
the
H.
line's orange.
Press H, and
Press
it should
H.
lock to that line. But if you back up, it'll unlock.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, Johnny, only the cute, skinny girls get popular enough YouTube channels to be available for us to watch.
Yeah, I don't mean she's skinny. She's just got a nice figure. and she's quite pretty.
Who's this you
And to
talking
see
about
her
now?
behind a huge truck is pretty cool.
Who's this we're talking about now, John?
This British girl that came over here to drive
I'll just drive road trains or something.
drive road train all across Australia. Yeah, pretty awesome.
I figure it's around 15% of the drivers in the U.S. are women.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of women that drive over the road, but I'm not quite sure how they do it, because I don't think they would want to be true over the road. I don't even want to be true over the road. It's too dangerous. I just can't imagine a woman spending a night in these places.
You're pretty right over here, mate.
Yeah,
Not
but
America.
the trucks are pretty secure, mate. Well, they are over here, anyway.
It's not America, mate.
That's why you gotta put your seatbelt through your door handles at night.
No, we don't do that.
That's something that people say about over here.
Sleep in the upper bunk instead of the lower one, so the bullet holes don't hit you.
No, we don't have that here.
That's not a problem over
And just
here.
take a great big German Shepherd with you. Sitting in the passenger seat.
Not
No.
in California, they just arrested, I don't know, 60-something prostitutes out of one truck stop. They were loading them up on a bus. There's so many of them.
We don't have that here, mate. I'm not saying we don't have prostitutes, we do. But, no, not like that.
It's the oldest profession in the world, isn't it? So
Well, yeah.
they're everywhere.
It's fine if you're into that sort of thing. I'm not.
It's illegal in Nevada.
It's legal in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't everything legal there?
Yeah, it was always kind of a Wild West territory still, you know. Vegas has got too much of a California influx now. So many people keep moving there that things are really kind of turning it into California again. Well, like gambling, prostitution, everything's legal in Nevada.
So, right?
There ain't much in the whole state. There's not a whole lot there. It's deserts or mountains. I mean, the only reason it was created out of Utah territory was they found silver there, so they cut out a piece of the Utah territory and made it the state of Nevada. There's not a lot else really there. And you'll drive and drive and drive and you'll see nothing. No animals, no people, no crossroads, no nothing.
Jesus.
Worse than Nebraska. Nebraska's a long state. I think it takes 6 hours to get across it, or 7 hours to get across the stupid state. It seems like you're in Nebraska forever. And that's another one where there's nothing to look at. Just don't even try.
All that lovely sand. It's lovely.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a bit of sand. You could always just go and build yourself a sand castle.
Yeah.
Well, the worst thing about the high plains, it doesn't matter if it's any of them. Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, it doesn't matter. All of them. They're all the same. The whole high plains region, all the way down to Texas, it's got nothing. It's got no water, it's got no rivers, it's got no grass, it's got no nothing. Well, it's got grass, but, you know, sagebrush and grass and farm fields, but that's it. Once in a while, you see a center pivot with corn in it, and it's like, oh, look, there's a center pivot. That's all you see. There's nothing to look at for miles, and you can see for miles. Yeah, there's nothing to look at. There's nothing interesting, there's no bridges, there's no overpasses. Once in a while you'll come across some train tracks off in the distance, you might see a train. That's interesting. Just barren land.
And people choose to live there.
Huh?
And people choose to live there.
No. The only people that really live there in the middle of Nebraska is the New Holland. It was the New Holland Combine plant, and now it's the Case New Holland Combine plant where they build the combines. That's out there in Grand Island, Nebraska, and that's about the only thing. Anything west of that state, there's nothing. There is nothing. There's no towns. There's no nothing. There's a couple of truck stops through there, and that's about all you're gonna find. It's not really, I don't know. There's no water's the problem. There's a huge aquifer underneath the high plains. So when they took the wagon trails out there in the mid 1800s, you would go and you would dig your shovel in, you know, about a foot in the ground in the sand, and then the water would come to the surface, and that's how you watered your cattle.
Yeah,
But
okay.
since production agriculture, we just drain the aquifer because we're just using so much water, it's not being replenished because it doesn't, you know, it's high desert. So they just keep, you know, and that it runs all the way north south of the whole region, all the way down into Texas. People pull off that aquifer. And that's why there's no rivers or anything, because the water just sits in the ground in the aquifer. Basically a giant underground lake.
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely by the sound of it, mate.
Yeah. Real home from home, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't wait to visit that.
Yeah.
Well, if you do it, just fly over in an airplane. It's easier to see. You know, it doesn't take as long to get across it. Last time I went out here, I freaking drove for 3.5 hours without seeing a gas station, and I was starting to run out.
Yeah.
I know the rule. You cross the Missouri River, you see a gas station, you fill up, because you don't know where the next one's going to be. Because even if there's an exit off the highway, that next town may be 20 miles away. And they all have a gas station and a grain elevator out there, so you don't really have to worry about it, but, you know, you really don't want to go 40 miles out of your way to get gas.
No.
Not really. No.
I've come across oil and gas plants out there, and I don't even know where these people live. Because you go by them, but you don't see any towns for miles. You look on the map, there's no towns. There's no houses, there's nothing for sale. Where did the people, I mean, there's got to be hundreds of people that work at these giant refineries and pumping stations. I don't know where
They might have underground housing, mate, like they have in The Northern Territory.
Just camps.
They all have underground houses over there. Well, a lot of them do, not all of them. They're beautiful too. Where all the opals are mined.
Well, they must
They're
live
absolutely
somewhere.
beautiful. Hey?
They must live somewhere.
Oh, there's
That's what
plenty
I'm
of
saying.
towns,
They gotta live somewhere.
but they're a long
But-
way away from any out there.
I mean, I know the ranches. Like, everybody that works at the ranch lives on the ranch.
Yeah, it's the same with the cattle stations here. They're virtually a little town of their own. And they do a weekly run to the shop to do their grocery shopping, and it's like you know, a day away, a day there and a day back.
Well, I drove one. I kept driving by one for like, I don't know how many miles. It had to be 60 miles. Same ranch. You
Yeah.
follow a fence and there'd be another arch with the same name on it. Follow another arch with the same name on it.
Yeah,
I thought they were exits off the highway, but they're just for the ranch.
yeah, yeah. Similar here. All across Northern Territory and Western Australia.
Well, they want to get rid of cattle anyway.
Yeah. They did a survey.
I'm not opposed to eating the bug kibble. Just give it to me. I'm ready for it. You know what? It'll solve all the
No.
problems. Fortify it with everything, and as long as you give us some ranch dressing, we'll eat it.
You go ahead and you do that.
Americans
I'm
will
having
eat it.
steak.
Americans
Well-
eat McDonald's, so they'll eat anything.
Well, no, because we're not going to be in the steak eating class. You know, the Mennonites and the Amish are going to be selling all the steak and burgers, and only the uber rich are going to be able to afford it. And then the Mennonites are going to take over everything, and then we're all going to be living like we're back in 1900.
I did a survey, and a under 10-year-old produces more carbon dioxide than a gas-powered car, gasoline-powered car, in a year. And there you go.
So we need to kill
all
the
kids
10-year-old
then.
for
We
global
have to
warming.
kill every kid under 10.
Okay. Well, that's what a lot of these people want. Less people on
That's
the
the
planet,
logic in
less pollution. It's a perfect idea. You know, if you have less people, you have less pollution.
Yep.
I
Don't
think
blame-
we
Don't
just
blame the
need
cows for what the people are doing.
Well, as long as China and India are not polluting as much, you know, as long as they're on the same regulations, then it would be fine. I wouldn't really have a problem with it. If they're just not on the same regulations, it irritates me. What are they going to pass? I mean, come on, Dubai is like one of the fanciest cities in the world. You're telling me that, no. They get all these passes because we're just farming out our pollution to people we don't like and don't care about. Not right.
No. No.
And I don't believe in polluting the planet, not for a global warming thing. I don't believe in the global warming hoax. It's just because we should not pollute the planet because you should keep your house clean. You know?
Yeah.
Keep it clean for the next person. At the same time, we got forest fires and stuff that are putting out more emissions than anything else, and that's a natural disaster. So,
Thank the greenies for that.
These forest fires happen naturally all over the country every year.
Yeah.
You know,
What's that?
one volcano starts erupting. I mean, what are we going to do? Are we going to stop the volcanoes from erupting to save the planet from itself? The planet doesn't care what happens. The planet's a rock.
Ban the volcano.
The planet's not getting angry and having more hurricanes because we polluted it, you know?
No. No, that's always been.
The pollution is a problem because it affects human health. You know, if you have toxic polluted water, it causes cancers and birth defects and, you know, other diseases and conditions.
Yeah.
Where does this trailer go, Johnny?
Beside the cedars, mate.
The cedars?
Yeah. It's in the cultivator shed, though.
I'll show you, mate. Over there.
No, I know where they are.
Yeah, that's driving through one side of that. Yep.
Did you guys ever work out hedges, brother? I don't know if I asked you that.
No. Well, I don't know if Bonko did, but I haven't.
Just steal them out of Bullet Bill's map, it's fine. Or Oxygen David, whoever it is.
Yeah, I like the ones on Cool Palm. They're bloody good. You can delete them and you can put them back.
No, you can't.
Delete. Huh?
No, you can't.
Oh, shut up.
What?
You can.
Bet you $1 you can't.
What?
Where should I put these fertilizer spreaders?
In this shed in front of me, mate. You're just driving past it on your right.
You can't delete the sheds at the...
Yeah. Next
What's
to the
it's
other
on? Calmston Farm, no.
No, he said Court Farm. You can't delete them at Court Farm, but you can at Calmston.
Oh, shut up. Calmston, yeah. If you drive in back in where I am, mate.
Going awfully
Behind
fast.
you guys, mate. If you're back into the middle door, you'll see the other fertiliser spreader there, just park it beside that. Just here. Back into this door, you'll see it over there.
Did you guys fiddle with that plow to make it go faster?
No.
No.
18 Ks are pretty fast for that.
Yeah, it's good, mate. You're streaming, Johnny.
I am. There was a lag spike there, though, I tell you.
Yeah, it got up to 30K.
That's pretty good, mate.
I don't know, a ripper like that, you ought to be going about 10K.
9S just has all that power.
Yeah, it's all that massive power.
You don't have enough wheels on it pulling in that size.
It's a game, Doc. A game.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, that's me for tonight.
Okay, mate. Thank you very, very much.
That's okay.
And I am glad you're a bit better. I'm a bit
Me too.
unhappy that you haven't come in the work. Tractor goes in the tractor shed, which is here, to your right. They just get lined up in there against the back wall, over here. See the others in there. Just spin her around and back her into that wall. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, I'll put the fence back in there as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for stopping, Brummy. It was nice to see you.
Was.
It's nice to hear you. I missed your voice.
Yeah. Last week I couldn't talk hardly at all.
Well, you don't
So when
stream
are you
anymore,
when
so
are
I
you
can't
moving, Doc?
pick on you. Huh?
Yeah. When are you
What's
moving?
that?
When
Next
are
week.
you moving? Next week.
Next week.
Yeah, he said that 3 times.
How far is it, Doc?
Couple of days.
Oh, 2,500 miles.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, it's the other side of the country, isn't it?
Seriously.
My best time
Yeah.
ever was 38 hours.
What, to run that?
Yeah, I did it 38 hours.
Well, you got friends down there, have you?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, last time I was up
So-
there was 22, was like 3 years ago.
So what have you got? Have you sent all your gear in a truck or something?
No,
Or are you going down in
I just bought a trailer to put it all in there.
a trailer? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, see, there's this brilliant freedom when you manage your money well, and then I can just, if I decide to do this, it's all there, it's ready to go, I can just do it. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I went and bought instead of trying to find something used or rent something, I just bought a brand new one. Got what I wanted.
Right. Yeah. What
Not sure if
what
it-
sort of motor did you pull that with?
I'm gonna pick up truck.
You got a pickup? Yeah.
I'm in America, man. Everybody's got a pickup.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
How to use
I mean,
the pickup.
I don't suppose everybody drives a.
You know what? They pretty much do. If you start driving around, everybody's got a pickup truck in the driveway, at least
I
one.
must admit, because apparently, like the F-150 is the best-selling vehicle in America, isn't it? Something.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. No, I don't suppose it's that. Doc.
Yes, it is.
Which
I
one?
bet they ain't sold as many of them as Toyota Corollas.
Yeah, they have.
More.
Yeah, they're even over here, they're one of the number one.
The best-selling vehicle worldwide is still the Ford F-150.
It's,
But
it is sad.
the reason
Talking of what people have in their driveways, I've got a picture. I've got to download it because it was on my phone, and you'll never believe what it is.
What's on your driveway?
It's a
Now?
picture of something.
No, not on my not on my driveway. On a driveway that I walked past yesterday. Remember, this is in the middle of Birmingham.
Right. What are you putting out in general?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to download it.
Because over here, there's loads of people are running motors that are like, if they're 40 years old, you don't pay nothing. You don't pay congestion charge, you don't pay for ULEZ, you don't pay road tax.
Yeah.
There's all these 40-year-old motors that suddenly appeared out of nowhere that people are using as daily runners.
This one's, I think it's a little bit older than 40 years. I'm not sure of the year.
And some of them were a really good car in their day.
Where's it?
I think, Johnny, do we sleep tonight so we can start seeding in the next month?
Oh, wow.
that's your
What?
daily driver, huh, Brummy?
Yeah, isn't it?
That is
That is somebody's front garden.
Brummy, that is probably
And it's working as well. It works as well.
yeah,
That's
that's
a
early
beast.
80s, that is.
That's a beast.
That's early 80s.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, mid 80s. Yeah.
I'm just to the missus. I'm like, I've got to take a photograph of that. She's like, somebody else. It's Tom Harris on his
And the guy's
driveway.
just got it parked on his drive.
Yeah. And then when we come back because we had to come back the same way.
Yeah.
I couldn't have took the photo then because there was a big taxi next to it, right next to it.
Parked beside
Yeah,
it.
but that's
Yeah.
the hot rod model. That's got the Mud Hog 4-wheel drive on it.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
4-wheel drive, yeah. It's unusual.
Yeah.
I said to the missus, I'm like, can I have one?
Are they chains on the front there, Brummy?
Yeah, but
They're chains, and you see the steering wheel. That's a chain as well.
I was just gonna say it's got
right.
a cool chain steering
It's
wheel
been-
on it, and
It's been hot rodded.
you got to wear gloves when you
Pimp
drive
my
that
tractor.
It's a
It's
beauty.
really
Yeah,
quite a tool, isn't it?
one.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You go anywhere with that though. You won't get stuck.
You can say one thing, it's definitely well looked after.
Yeah, it's not a recent restore because you can see the rust coming through the nuts on the wheels and things, and there's the stains of the oil.
Made it when you got
He's
rust
obviously
coming through your
changed the
nuts.
starter motor since they refurbed it. That is pretty. He's even got bits of wood, hasn't he? There's floorboards
Yeah.
that he's put.
There's you see where the seat oh, excuse me. You see where the seat is? To the right of there, there's another little passenger seat as well. You see where that bit of wood is there on by the pedal? There's actually another little tiny seat there, the same colour as that. The red.
LED lights on it as well.
We're taking my out to dinner, my Ford 7400.
7600.
600, mate. Yeah.
No, it's a 74. I swear.
No,
Oh, it is 76. Oh, yeah.
You don't have a cornfield yet, do you, Johnny?
Sorry,
You don't have a
Well, it's got
cornfield
LED.
yet, do you?
I don't have a corn
Yeah,
one.
LED lights in
Cornfield.
it.
Guys on
Sorry, mate, I can't hear. Everyone's talking.
I still don't know what the chain on the front is for, but
No, it's weird, isn't it? But
Said you don't have a cornfield for your pig food mixer.
We did that.
actually,
Now we've got to plant corn again to get corn.
So why didn't we harvest a little bit of that corn to make pig food?
No rush.
Yeah, if we need corn, why did we use it all for travel?
we
No,
weren't
right.
well,
thinking
would that chain thing? Would that be for like if you were running a baler and it was to push the windrows down or something?
might be, Doc, but I think it's some kind of
No idea.
something that he thinks is cool looking.
It is cool looking.
Because the bumper bit, you know, the nudge bar is not standard. It's something he's made.
Jamie,
Yes.
They never
You wanna
changed something like that.
if you want to rescue the youth that's been abandoned by the side of the road,
Yeah, but there's something underneath it too, Gizmo.
And
I
take
don't
it
know if
back
they're
to the
lights or
farm.
what?
Yeah, lights there, lights underneath.
we
Oh,
could
they are
sleep.
lights.
Yeah.
I wonder if it diffused the lights. I mean, it's probably like you said. You probably just think it's cool looking.
He probably just thinks it's because it's like, you know, if it was a mower or something. Right, if it had an underneath mower, stop the brush getting thrown about.
Oh yeah, it'd be like on a rotary type.
Oh, I see, Brummy. Yeah, he's got four
lights
lights
underneath it?
behind it.
Yeah, there's four
behind
lights
it.
underneath it. And
Behind
there's two
it, so
lights on the top as well.
Yeah, there's two
So
lights
they get
in the
about
grill,
the-
aren't there?
Yeah,
two
there's
lights on the
there's two
grill.
in the grill and
Two
four
lights in the
underneath.
grill are standard. It also looks, Brummy, like he's got a. Oh, maybe that's just a number on the front of the bar. Still pretty cool though. Right, guys, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna have a terrible day tomorrow.
Okay,
All
mate.
right. Take
Oh,
her
catch
easy.
you
Have a
soon.
good one.
Hey, bye.
Take
Yep.
care.
Well, see you later,
Safe
Thanks
mate.
for
journey,
joining,
Doc.
mate.
Catch you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, so you can plant corn back in that field, mate.
Okay.
No rush. We haven't got many pigs. Plus, I'm going to sell those pigs when the mix dies. Got a new pig shed. And we'll have a job to remove the trees I planted around the bloody thing. We won't need them.
We need a crop rotation mod.
Right.
That's
Why?
You might want to use the
Because-
8R, mate, or the
because it would
Well-
be cool.
Why do you need the mod? Why don't
8S.
you just
9S.
rotate the crops anyway?
Well, if you had a crop rotation that had compaction built into it, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So, like, if you planted carrots, like, let's say you had 3 levels of compaction, right? So if you had carrots would reduce compaction. Potatoes would reduce compaction. Oilseed radish would reduce compaction. Peas, spinach, they would give you maximum compaction. Grass would give you maximum compaction. And then you'd have maximum compaction with peas, right? So then you put your oilseed radish in, you get fertilizer stage, plus you would remove a compaction layer. Be a cool way to do it.
Oh, okay.
Because your root crops, they reduce compaction because they burrow down in the soil and break it up. And then like peas and grass and that, they increase compaction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, meteor increases compaction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard. Don't know.
Right, guys. I'm out of here.
All right, mate.
Good night, bud.
Thanks for
Like
tonight.
I said, thank you very much.
That's alright, mate. I've had fun tonight.
Good.
Glad.
I needed some after the week I've had, but there
Oh,
you go.
God, yeah. I
Yeah,
wouldn't want
Doc,
your
you have a
week.
safe journey, mate.
Alright, thank you, sir.
See you later, guys.
See you,
See
mate.
ya.
Night, bud.
Bye.
Hey, I bet that little international truck's got auto load on it. That'd be a cool little pallet runner, wouldn't it?
It is. I've used it for that. Sits up the pallet. With the pallet it'll sit on the hump, so it's the only problem. Not quite wide
On the
enough.
hump.
The wheel humps. Oh,
No, not that international. The
the other.
CV.
You said Little International.
Yeah.
The Little International is the little Ute.
Scout.
That's not a Ute. That's a Scout pickup truck.
Yep,
Yeah.
International Scout.
A Ute
Yes.
is /half car, half
That's
pickup
what that
truck.
is. That's a Ute. That's not
No.
a truck.
It's not.
That is not a truck.
No.
No,
It is too.
your so-called truck are not truck. They're
Oh,
Utes.
Your so-called utes or pickups.
Yeah. It's not a truck. You take
Well,
your
you-
so-called truck, park it beside a Mack Anthem, pulling 3 45-foot long triaxle trailers, and tell me which one's the truck.
They're all trucks. trucks come in all sizes. We don't discriminate against
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
the truck,
Yeah.
no matter
We
how
do.
big or small you are.
There's the ute, and then there's the truck.
We're not
Then
so
there's a van.
judgmental in North
Then there's a
America.
flatbed truck. We don't put them all in one category. They're all different. Flatbed truck, dump truck, a
Well,
truck.
yeah, we still have
is a truck.
we still have flatbed trucks. We still have dump trucks. We have concrete trucks.
We just don't call them pickup or truck.
Well,
If
that's because it's a
they're
pickup
little.
truck. Because you go pick up things with it.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. We call them utes because they're a utility vehicle that can be used all ways. And don't tell me that an international scout didn't make that into a station wagon. Because it was.
This isn't
could get
Australia. It was never a station wagon.
It was.
No, it wasn't. International did not make a. They made the pickup truck, and then they made a Jeep-like kind of
Yeah,
thing.
like was it a Wagoneer?
No, that was the Wagoneer was Dodge.
Dodge Wagoneer. What was the
It was,
what was the Scout? My grade 5 English
it was-
teacher had it.
It was still a Scout. It was a 100, I think.
It was a
It's a pickup.
scout that was a station wagon.
It's not a station wagon.
Feckin' was. Then had a front bench, rear bench, then the station wagon back.
Yeah, it was like the Ram Charger and the Chevy Blazer and
Yeah.
like the half-ton versions of them. Not
Yeah.
the
It was called a Scout 2, Scout Wagon.
Scout Wagon. That's what it was.
Same thing. Look the same.
It's not a station
Well,
wagon.
back in the... It's not a station wagon. It was a 4x4, like, Jeep.
It was an
like a
SUV.
Jeep.
It was the yeah.
It was an SUV. You're right, James.
Yeah.
It was an SUV before SUVs were cool.
SUVs aren't
Yeah.
station wagons.
Nah.
No, because they're not. They're just not. No, a
No,
station
no.
wagon had three seats, and the rear seat faced backwards, so that you just open the door and let the kids you didn't like fly out the door. That was what that was
Oh.
for. You called it an accident, even though you know it wasn't.
Yeah, we didn't have those
That's
rear
what
facing
they did.
seats. That was stupid.
So then you didn't have station
was it,
wagons.
Yeah,
What
we
was
did.
it, AMC that started that nonsense? I think it was AMC.
Yeah, we didn't follow suit with them. We made proper. Benches
Yeah, the
all
Scout
buckets
wagon,
at the
that was
front
a short
and a bench
frame-
at the back, facing the
Short frame
front.
pickup.
Uh-huh. A pickup. Yeah. A truck.
Well,
Yeah.
all it was, the only difference was there was a instead of putting the cap on the back of the truck, they just made the cab look just like a cap. It was even painted the same way.
Uh-huh.
And so back in the 80s, when you bought an International Harvester tractor, they would give you a Scout.
Very generous.
It was made, at the time, it was made to compete with the Jeep. The CJ 4x4 Jeeps.
Mm.
Because the Jeeps came in like your military style Jeep. And then they also came in a hard top. So you could have a hard shell on the back. And that's the same way this was made. It was basically just like a Jeep.
Right.
And they were actually pretty made fairly well.
Mhm.
No, you and your Utes.
Utes.
What was that? What was the Ute that was over here, Jamie? It was the Chevy. My dad had one.
Your dad had a Chevy Ute.
Yeah, Yeah, with 327 in it, V8.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the SS version.
Yeah, so it was a Holden Ute with a Chevy engine.
Oh,
Same
what did
as-
they call it? El Camino.
El Camino. Yeah.
El Camino. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it was based on the which car was it based on?
Monte Carlo.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, the Monte Carlo.
Well, that's different to the ones over here.
It was like, it's like they took the pickup frame and stuffed a Monte Carlo body on it.
Yeah.
They were so cool and they were fast.
I never really liked
They
them.
didn't weigh much. Well, they put the big V8s in them, and they didn't weigh much more than a car. But they had a lot less weight over the rear end.
Yes, they were very good at drifting sideways. And we invented ute racing, which you guys stole off us, called light truck racing.
No.
All right, so our hillbillies stole your hillbilly sport.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay, so we founded NASCAR by a bunch of moonshining hillbillies racing cars in the middle of the woods at night. And you guys had a bunch of farmers with self-made pickup trucks
No,
racing around at night.
not self-made. It's a
Well,
proper series. It still runs now. And race car drivers drive them, not just your hillbilly dickheads.
Well, now, yeah, of course. You know, I mean, at the time there was no NASCAR drivers.
But you're talking like
You
the
know.
Baja Off-Road Series is what you're talking about, right?
No, he's talking NASCAR. It's a
Yeah.
NASCAR series.
We do.
Same.
We don't
Same idea.
do those stupid go round and round in circles races. Proper racetracks. They'll have the
Yeah, we-
sedans, and then they'll have ute races as well. Make a proper weekend of it. Pretty awesome. And they have to weigh down the back end. In the old days, they used to put cement bags in there to weigh down the back end. You can't do that now. They used to. Now they have a problem. Weight ballast.
Well, they used to use actual, like, what NASCAR used to use actual, like, production cars, kind of like production cars made into race cars. So it still had to have the same kind of stuff, and then
We used to.
yeah, I don't know.
Not
Whenever
anymore.
Dale Earnhardt died, then they came out with this new car, and then they made every car the same, and then the racing sucked. And then they
Yeah.
kept changing the rules to try to make the racing better because Jimmy Johnson won every title because Jimmy Johnson had the best crew chief and he had the best NASCAR crew and he was a good driver. But I think if you had anybody else in that crew, in that pit crew, they would have done well too. I don't think it was just, you know, he's a good driver, but I don't think he's a legendary driver, you know.
No.
I just
Same.
think that,
Same over here
You know.
now. All the cars are the same. Where it used to be production cars turned into race cars, and you had certain criteria you had to follow, but you were free to follow in any way you wanted. Now they're all standardised, same chassis, same braking system, same gearbox, same diff, same everything about the car. The end, one will have a Ford in it, other one will have a Chevy in it. And the ones that have Chevy in it have the Chevrolet Camaro fiberglass turbos top of it. The ones that have got the Ford in will have the Ford Mustang top Now, when they first did that, they thought, yeah, this will work, this will be good. But then they found out that the Chevy was more aerodynamic than Ford, so they had to hamper the Chevy so it wasn't as aerodynamic.
Did the same thing here.
It's just fucked.
They used
for
to
the
do
racing
that in NASCAR,
bullshit.
but now, I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, because the Toyotas came into NASCAR and then they were kicking everybody because they were more aerodynamic or something. But
Yeah,
now,
Toyota tried that here too. And
Now it's
Mercedes,
just
and they kicked them out. And even Volvo
all the
had
cars
a go.
they're all identical.
Yeah. And yeah, 3 other manufacturers tried, they got the boot. Even though they met the criteria. What?
I still like racing, but all the, like, you know, IndyCar, Formula One, NASCAR, it's a rich people's game now,
Yeah.
and I would much rather go to a small racetrack than watch a bunch of weekend warriors go battle it out.
Yeah. Much better.
Johnny, that field's not
You know.
planted though, right? You're on?
No. But weeds growing in it.
But when we plant with the seed or the planter, that weed's not come back again?
The weed will come back. But that cedar doesn't, is not
You
a...
might want to check your
Breakthrough.
map, Jamie.
Why's that?
Well, because if he checks his map, he can see for sure if he's planted. You're cultivating a planted map or a planted field.
No, I thought he
I'm
was
cultivating.
cultivating.
Yeah, I'm cultivating it. Because that seed is not a drill. It has to be plowed or cultivated first.
Or other seeder you're using. This one here I'm using is the other one's not.
Yeah, you're using the planter, aren't you?
Yeah.
The seeder isn't. I don't think the planter is either.
Well, the planter says it.
The-
The seeder offers the possibility to receive directly. No previous cultivating or plowing is necessary.
Oh, with the planter. Well, that's
Planter.
all right.
See, I found that to cheat.
Why is that?
Well, it eliminates the need for cultivators, and Giants gives us lots of options in the cultivator range
Oh,
for
God.
a tool that you don't need to have.
Yeah, it's like everything.
But this is the Kinsey. But I know you look at your farm with the John Deere, like they do direct seed too, do they not?
I think.
Well, all the planters you can no-till with these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, even when you no-till, you don't truly no-till very often unless you're going corn into beans.
Yes.
Because if you try to go back from beans into corn, like a lot of the Iowa, Wisconsin area, they do a lot of every other.
Yep.
You know, they do corn, beans. That's usually how the rotation works. So you run corn, beans, corn, beans, and then 2/3 of your acreage is in corn every year.
Yeah.
So when you go corn into beans, you usually go straight into it because you can. Because you cut beans on the ground, you chop the residue, there's really nothing there. When you do corn, you've got all this fodder and trash, you've got to do something. So even when they're no-tilling, they usually have been running some sort of vertical tillage tool. Out here, the speed tillers can, you know, the Case, the Kinsey, the Dagelman, whatever, you know, the big disc type, you know, high-speed discs. Other places, it's some sort of vertical tillage tool. There's tons of them out there, but something that basically breaks up all that trash, pins it in the soil. Case IH had their 330 turbo disc. That was supposed to break up the trash and trap it in the soil, help it break down, work pretty good. But you can't quite go directly into corn stalks the second time effectively. Now with RTK GPS, you can put a 15-inch offset and go right directly in between the rows and plant the corn in between the rows that were there already.
Yes.
But you still have to get that trash to break down to add the nutrients back into the soil.
Yeah.
Like, I would love it if the game would let you. So when I do peas, spinach, carrots, all that stuff, I could not direct seed. If I had wheat, okay, then I can direct seed. That kind of stuff. Wheat stubble can direct seed. Carrots, no, can't direct seed. Potatoes, can't direct seed. Sugar beets, can't direct seed. Soybeans can direct seed. Sorghum can't direct seed. Corn can't direct seed. And I'd probably make a lot of the discs. I'd probably make them mulchers as well, because most of those on there, people are using them as mulchers. I just got to learn the script and I can make this wonderful mod. Well, at least there's a 400-page document on how to script out there in the world.
I don't have 400 pages of I give a fuck to worry about. Nah.
Eventually, we're going to get the alfalfa clover into giants. Someone's going to have to beat that into them somehow.
Yeah, there's a map out with it already. I think
All I want,
Monte
alfalfa, clover, and then I want hay silage. Hay silage. That's all I want.
Oh, well, there's a mod out there that makes hay silage now.
Not on Mod Hub. It's not a real mod.
It's on ModHub. It was released today.
I'm on their site. I don't see it. What's it called?
It's a fermenter. Put grass in it. You can make hay silage.
It's a fermenter?
By Oma Tanner. Or Granny Tanner. It's a really nice ending fire. Multiple recipes, including hay silage.
What do you mean hay silage?
Huh? Make silage out of hay. Hay silage. What do you think I meant?
Well, you don't make hay silage. You make haylage.
Well, there you go. It's silage, but made with hay.
Well, you don't make it with hay. You make it with grass, or you make it with alfalfa. You make it wet. You don't make it dry.
No.
It is nice looking, though.
It's got a lot of recipes. I watched the review on it.
The weird part is the output is silage, hay, digestate, TMR.
Mm-hmm. Why is that? Because you can make TMR in it as well. It's a mixture.
But you gotta put water and mineral feed in it. That's also weird. I don't like that.
No. Put water in it if you want. Only if you want. Digestate. And only if you're making silage out of straw. Make silage out of straw, you've got to add water.
Well, you can't make silage out of straw, and you can't make it out of hay.
No, and the review by the modder herself said, I know this is a cheat, but people wanted it. So it's here, you don't have to use it. But if you're going to do it, this is how you do it. Got several
Well, I
options to make TMR. There's 2 or 3 different recipes. One with the 3 hay, silage and straw. One with hay and silage. One with hay, silage, straw and mineral feed. Watch her review. She explains each recipe and why it's been done. And she admits that one is a
mineral
cheat.
feed, mineral fortified straw to dry cows. That is a real thing.
Yeah, we give it over here.
Because, the dry cows are pregnant, ready to give birth, no longer give milk. And you want to feed them straw because you don't want to feed them too many nutrients, but you want to keep their bellies full. It's the pregnant lady diet.
Yeah. You finished planting that field?
Yeah, rolling it now.
Okay.
So you're kind of of the same idea as I am with that comms, and maybe not go too deep into it until we find out what the updates are.
I'll wait. I know what the updates are that are coming, so I'll wait.
Yeah, but not only that, but it's also a patch update too. That's why I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Between the 2 of them, when they stuff it up royally.
Yeah, no.
When's that supposed to be?
Next week.
Oh.
Everything's next week.
Maybe they'll add more equipment.
No, this is a bug fix pack.
I
know. A DLC.
Yeah, but in 22 they did a few of those patch fix updates and added tractors.
Yeah, there's tractors coming. Old, very old Massey's and very old Case International or International.
For coming. What? DLC?
No. From modders.
Oh. Well, I don't care about old Massey's.
Yeah, you do. There's old vendors coming.
They're probably not U.S. Because the only place Massey's were really popular, Massey's Fords and the old Internationals were super popular in Britain. That was about it.
They were very popular over here, mate. Massey, David Brown.
Oh, I forgot about another English tractor.
David Brown?
Yeah.
What's the other one? Chamberlain, very popular here.
We used to laugh whenever David Brown would come in the shop.
Good tractor, mate. Bloody good tractor.
Who's the joker that went and bought this pile?
Bloody good tractor.
The only thing that was worse than a David Brown would be if somebody brought a Somni around.
Nah, worst tractor on the market was a Leyland.
Thank God we never got them.
Yeah, we had a lot of them until people used uply for a year. They went, nah, never again.
Oh, people love those Somnis. They were 4-wheel drive, and they were the crudest thing you ever sat in. If they'd taken the cab off, it probably would have been quieter.
They had Deutz engine in them, right?
Well, the only reason that was the other big problem is they were air-cooled Deutz engine, but the only reason they kept running was because they were a Deutz engine.
Yeah.
Deutz made a really good engine. Air-cooled was not really We don't want air cooled over here. It doesn't work for us.
Doesn't work for us, mate. Not in this heat.
No,
We
it's too
had a
much,
lot of them,
too
yeah.
much
A
dust.
hell of a lot of Deutsch air-cooled.
There was too much dust. You couldn't do hay with it. And if you did
Block
tillage,
up the fan.
yeah, well, not the fins on the engine. You had to blow it out all the time,
Yeah, that too.
and
Jeez.
the soil would get packed in the fins. And
Yeah,
it would overheat.
yeah. The old Deutsch that's in the game now, we had a heap of those. That's got an air-cooled. Heaps of.
See, ours were Deutz Alice's, which
Nah.
were basically the same as the one in the game.
No,
No, actually, it's not. The ones that we had were the older model. They had this more square cab.
Yeah. DXs. Well,
But they were something else, but they were Deutz Alice.
and we didn't get Deutsch Alice. We had Alice Chalmers over here. Few of them.
Alice Chalmers was a huge company that was mismanaged more than International Harvester, which was another huge company.
Yeah, funny that.
Well, it was the difference between. So in the 60s, 70s, when agriculture was just booming, like crazy booming. International Harvester and Alice Chalmers and J.I. Case and everything, they were all run a little bit differently. J.I. Case was a pretty conservative company, They didn't get wild and get into all this extra stuff and expand the company, and Harvester and Chalmers did. And they were absolutely huge. And then when things changed, they just had massive problems.
Yeah. The biggest company in the world for agricultural vehicles, equipment, harvesters, was based in America, and it was called, what was the name of it? I don't know, watched a doco on them. They basically fisted themselves up the arse into obliteration. Oh, they were so popular. Was it Alice, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, because Alice Chalmers is one of the biggest equipment companies in the world, because they not only did...
Opened up several factories, huge, keep up with demand. They had the best combines, the best tractors, the best everything. They just, fuck it.
They weren't the best, they just made a lot of them.
Yeah, but they were very, very popular. And they were shipping them all over the world.
How the hell did I get a straw bale?
Just lucky, mate.
The fuck? Oh, I don't have a straw bale. It just won't. It won't let me tip for some reason. Whatever. Piss on you. Yeah, because Alice was in construction. Alice was in agriculture. Alice was in industrial, which was, I think it was like they were probably going after International Harvester, because International was in all this stuff. But they also did a lot of these one-off giant machines. I mean, they made some massive engines. I'm pretty sure they had marine engines. They had generator division. They had industrial machine. They built. I mean, Alice Chalmers, one of their divisions is still around.
Yeah.
Because I know that one of the big problems that AGCO had was AGCO never had the rights to Alice Chalmers.
All right.
So when you walked in an AGCO dealership, you could get AGCO, you could get Massey, you could get White, you could get Sunflower, you could get all their brands. Fendt. But you couldn't get Alice Chalmers stuff. Because there wasn't AGCO didn't hold the rights to Allis-Chalmers.
Oh,
And it wasn't until a few years ago that they finally went out and got the rights. AGCO bought the rights of Allis-Chalmers, even though that they supplied the parts for all the Allis-Chalmers Ag Division tractors. Which there's not really much left that you can get for parts for those anyway.
yeah.
Well, I bought a tractor for $4,500. Can't buy an international for that. Yeah. Can't get parts for the internationals anymore either.
Yeah. Yeah. They were huge over here. Case International. Huge.
The Tenneco company.
But they died in the arse. As you,
The Magnum tractor was an international tractor with case styling.
yeah. Yeah, I still remember when they first come out over.
Me too.
I thought they were awesome when I first saw one at the dealership because we had a big international dealership. And I mean big country. And when I saw one in the showroom, fuck that, that's awesome. But there you go.
1987.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the literature because I used to go up to the tractor dealer in town, and I had the original Magnum 7100 literature.
Oh, okay.
And they made 3 different versions of the 7100 before they went to the 72.
Right.
Then the 89s weren't much different than the 72s. They just boosted the horsepower. But the biggest thing Case IH did when they got formed was they got rid of their engine plants.
Right.
Because the engine division of International Harvester went with the truck side. So what was left of the agriculture engineers, they put in the Case IH engine division, and then they partnered with Cummins and made the CDC engines. So White used the Cummins engine, Case IH used those engines. Everything that had the 5.9 and the 8.3 Cummins engine in it was all developed through that CDC program.
Okay.
They're the best engines ever built, really. They really were.
Yeah.
They're so reliable. You can't kill them. That 5.9, and there was a 2.9, 3.9. There was a 4-cylinder and the 6-cylinder. 6-cylinder is the 5.9. They were the same engine, just the 4-cylinder was missing 2 cylinders. But the displacement and the whole engine was identical. And it's funny because John Deere did actually the same thing with the 4.5 and the 6.8. It's the same engine. They just cut 2 cylinders off of it. And then the 8.3 liter that they put in the Magnums.
Yeah.
So robust.
Cool.
Then they ruined it when they went to the Tier 2 model of it.
And they went with what? Sorry?
The Tier 2 emissions model, because the first ones that came out in '87 and that were all Tier 1.
Oh, yeah.
And so they didn't smoke all that much. Like, they would smoke like when you started them, but they weren't like when you started lugging them, you didn't get a trail of smoke behind you like the previous old tractors you did.
Yeah.
And then when you went to Tier 2 emissions, those were the first electronic controlled ones. Now that's where John Deere made their best engines, was Tier 2. Cat and John Deere made really awesome engines during that time period because they were electronically controlled, but they were only emissionized through the electronic controls. There was no emissions components at that time. Those engines are amazing. And then Cummins, for some reason, decided to put this really complicated fuel pump on their 8.3 engine and just ruined it. Their 5.9s were awesome at that point in time, but the 8.3 was not. The high horsepower ones, anyway. The high horsepower ones had this really goofy fuel pump that failed every time. That came out in like 99. I think it was 99. That was like the MX Magnums.
Oh, yeah.
The first series MX Magnums were terrible. Absolutely horrendous.
They look good though.
Yeah, they... Underneath that is the same engine and the same transmission that was in the previous Magnums.
Oh,
Identical. Except they redid the whole front frame because the John Deere 8000s were just destroying the 8900 Magnums in the field tests because the engine was higher up and moved forward, and the weight distribution was so much better in like a 8400 or 8410. And then for some reason, New Holland, when they merged, when Fiat bought Case, and they decided to make the Magnum, the MX Magnum, in blue, but we were going to keep the stupid Super Steer, which was ridiculous, because the New Holland, they changed how the engine, where the engine placement was, and the whole front frame is different.
oh okay.
And it didn't work as well.
Yeah.
And you had Super Steer where the whole axle turns and then the wheels turn. That was New Holland's thing, right? Super Steer.
Yeah.
So the whole axle turns, then the wheels turn. Well, the problem with Super Steer is the Magnum, with the same width tires on it, had a shorter turning radius than the Super Steer tractor.
Oh. Oh.
Because the Super Steer tractor had a wider front frame.
Yeah.
Plus, the Super Steer tractor is ridiculous. It has all these bushings and it has all these wear points. Everything wears out, falls apart.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very, it was a revolutionary concept in the late 80s, but
That was it.
pretty much. It was, I feel like it was one of these things where everybody was drinking on the job one night and came up with this ridiculous idea of how we're going to make the tractor turn shorter. It was like the anteaters, the 2+2s.
Oh.
Whoever thought that frickin' behemoth up?
Some clever person. Huh?
There's only one thing that those 2+2s were ever good at, and that was running the manure spreader on a daily spread farm. Because it was a cheap 4-wheel drive tractor.
What's wrong with that, right? Come on.
Well, nothing wrong with that. If you gotta spread your manure in the winter time out in Wisconsin in 0-degree weather, and you needed a tractor that was 4-wheel drive to get through the 15 feet of snow.
Yeah, you got it. Sounds awesome.
I've had the pleasure of trying to run one of those, and it's impossible. You cannot run straight with it. it articulates in the wrong position.
That's a bit off-putting.
It was like driving a... I don't even know, because it doesn't steer the same way as an articulated tractor. The geometry's different between the axles.
Yeah.
The front and the rear axle weren't... I don't know if the distance, like in an articulated tractor, the front and rear axle are centered in the hinge pins.
Yeah.
And I don't think that tractor didn't articulate like that. Like the distance between I think the front axle was closer to the articulating joint than the rear axle. It was a goofy thing. It was a really pretty tractor. When I first saw it, I thought it was really cool looking. It had the red cab, not the white cab. It was a 6000 6388. Had the red cab, had silver dual rims all the way around it. It was a pretty nice looking tractor. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
They bought it to run the corn planter, but unfortunately it broke down every time we used it, so it only lasted a season. Then we sold it. We sold it and bought a Magnum. And I run that Magnum a lot.
Yeah.
It looked like a big tractor, that 2+2, but they really weren't. They didn't have a whole lot of horsepower.
Just big in size, but not in size.
Yeah, they were 4-wheel drive, which was nice, but they weren't a powerhouse tractor,
Yeah.
They just look kind of big. You put 8 tires on a tractor, it looks big.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, even a little tractor, you put multiple wheels on it. Lucky to turn them, but it looks bigger.
Well, so one of our manure customers has a Steiger Series 2 4-wheel drive articulated, like a 300 horse articulated tractor.
Yeah.
Steiger Cougar 2.
Oh yeah.
And we had our 1050 parked next to it while it was refueling, and it looked so little compared to that 1050. Absolutely astonishing how big that 1050 is.
Yeah.
But that Steiger has only got 30 or 20.8 32 size tires on it.
Right.
And the front tires on the fence are 34s.
Oh yeah.
And they're 42s on the rear.
So what are you going to be doing in your job?
I'm driving truck.
Oh, still driving trucks.
Yeah. I don't want to do anything else. That's all I want to do. I just want to drive trucks. Drive trucks, kill a few prostitutes. It's all good. Call it a day.
Yeah. Yep.
Judging by the ones I saw at McDonald's in Virginia, there needs to be less prostitutes in the world.
Poor darling. They're just trying to earn a buck.
Well, I don't know how they earn it. I mean, Jesus, they're just gross. I don't get it. I mean, who's touching that? And who's paying for it? I wouldn't pay for that.
It depends on how drunk you are, mate.
No, there's no amount of intoxication that's going to make me think that's okay. I don't understand at all.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Anyway,
Who would have, I don't know. They
not
like to
built
see
that
on
way.
TV, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Not built like that. I have to be actually pretty much in love before I'll touch a woman that way. I won't just, doesn't matter how good looking she is. I just don't do it. I wouldn't do it. Built like that. Not into. Maybe when I was 16, different, because you haven't been around.
I just don't understand. I mean, they're just gross. They look like corpses wandering around. They don't even look like they're still human. They look like zombies. They're just gross. They're all drugged out.
Yeah.
What part of that says? I mean, what part of you says, "Hey, yay, I'm gonna pay for that"? No, you don't fucking pay for that. Jeez. You're probably gonna have to pay for the STDs to get cleared up after you're done with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, so getting shot, getting hit twice for payment, before and after. Problem is, we think we're a civilized society, and there's still a ton of animals out there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's plenty of animals out there that are more civilized than humans. Plenty.
Like during COVID.
Not all, yeah, of course.
Well, during COVID, there was this guy that was on a Zoom call. I'm sure this happens all the time. And he's in a meeting, and he worked for one of the news agencies. He's in a Zoom meeting, and for some reason didn't know his camera was on. And he's sitting there wanking himself off. And everybody's watching him on his camera. And I'm thinking, at what point did you feel like I'm in a Zoom meeting and I'm just going to start yanking myself off in front of the computer? Like,
Yeah,
you're at home.
Mate. He probably knew it. He just did it. Then surprised, I didn't know the camera was on. Bullshit.
I don't know.
Trying to get a rise out of something.
I don't think so. I think he just generally decided it was time for a wank, and but I don't know why you wouldn't go do it like you're at home. If you're at home, you could do it anywhere.
Yeah.
Why I don't know. I've never been on a Zoom
Exhibitionist. I've never been in a Zoom call.
I've never been on a company meeting call and thought, you know what?
Oh, I've been in company meetings. Fucking boring.
This would be a good
Last place I worked for had a weekly one. Every fucking. What the for now? Jeez.
Well, I guess if somebody called him and asked him what he was doing, and he said he was jerking off, it might be true with that guy.
Yeah. Dumbest thing on.
People are freaking scumbags. They just are. People are freaking dirty.
Yeah, they are.
I went to Walmart today. Like,
yeah, that place scares me. When I seeing videos and pictures of people in Walmart, I go, Jesus, I wouldn't go anywhere near that place. Catch a disease walking in the door.
The cashier obviously did some coke this morning to get through her job. Because all she could do was talk. Couldn't figure anything else out. Just talk. One after another. And I'm like, I can't even listen. You're talking faster than I can listen to what you're saying. I'm like, what is wrong with this place?
Yeah, plenty wrong with it. Trump's going to fix it, though. He'll fix all that. No more of that.
Well, he's gonna fix
the crime problem. He's going to fix the illegal immigrant problem.
Uh-huh.
He's going to fix the economy.
Uh-huh.
He's going to reduce the government size.
Uh-huh.
He's going to fight corruption.
Reduce the amount of prisoners in prison.
Well, Biden pardoned 9,000 people.
Yeah, I know.
So
He should be locked up.
Well, just wait.
Nah.
Biden forgot to pardon himself.
But he'll get off on insanity charges.
Well, I think we need to take that pardon away from the presidential powers. I think that's being abused.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Well, so normally, up until Joe Biden, up until the Joe Biden thing, the president would pardon people usually every year. And
Yeah, he does one for the turkey, doesn't he? Pardons the turkey.
Yeah, so it's been an annual tradition that at Thanksgiving the president has some turkeys that they pardon the turkeys.
Yeah. Then they take it round the back of the kitchen and slaughter it.
So, I don't think they do. I think when they pardon the turkeys, they get to live a full life or something. I don't know.
That's what the story is.
So, normally, you would petition the president to pardon or commute the sentence of someone that was either it's supposed to be if a judge sentenced somebody to, a sentence that was overstepped their bounds, or if they changed the law so that the crime the person committed is no longer a crime, then you would commute those sentences of those people, things like that. Biden decided, well, not Biden. I don't even know why I'm saying Biden, because it's not Biden. Whoever handles Biden says, well, we're going to pardon my entire family, everybody around me for any kind of crimes and any future crimes. Well, if you can't pardon somebody for future crimes, because if you pardon them for future crimes, they can commit crimes and not be punished for it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a bit dumb.
I mean, there's no get out of jail free card except in Monopoly around here.
No, yeah.
Like,
we had enough, have we, Jamie? I see you following the cultivator.
Yeah, I pulled the gizmo a few minutes ago.
Oh, you've gone left.
No, I laid my head back as I was rolling the field. I could feel my head getting heavier and heavier.
I did that on Stu the other night. I fell asleep over playing Anno.
Oh, did you?
I woke up, he goes, "You had enough? You had enough?" I'm like,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to end my stream. Thank you everyone for watching, or anyone. Hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up. I'll be back. Don't know when, or where, or on what map, but I'll be back. Till then, thank you again. Take care. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.
I know.
Threatening it.
And I will do the same.
I threaten everyone.
I had like
Threaten us to be bad.
5 viewers and no chatters, so.
I've had no chatter,
Well,
really.
Well, you had lots of
Andy.
chat.
Oh, geez, just now.
What?
Oh, just now. Andy came into chat just as I was hanging out. Bloody
Well,
shithead.
yeah.
He did that on purpose. He hung around and did that on purpose.
He knew you weren't going to read it anyway.
No, I was constantly looking over there.
I don't even see Andy in your chat. Oh, I gotta go down probably. Hey Johnny and guys, oh, leave it now, rude.
Andy, don't jump into my chat because, well, I'm leaving now too. Night all.